What's up, everybody? I'm Lockouts, and in this video, we're going to do an unboxing and review of the Audio-Technica ATH M40Xs. Check this out.
Won't you do a favor for me? Take your mouse and click the button. Won't you subscribe to me? Lockouts providing the content that you see. I'm visually stimulating your mind 1 minute at a time.
So in the box, opens up like this, and you're greeted with this beautiful little logo. And then this pulls down, and you have this thing here that's got all the cables, your accessories, your carrying pouch, so that if you go somewhere, you could throw your headphones in this carrying case right here. Audio-Technica, very nice design case, leather, pull straps in the top, tighten it up, and then we have your instruction manual, all that good stuff right here. This is how they're boxed. Inside the box, you got your headphones. You got a straight cable. You have a corded twisty cable, stretchy guy. You have locking cable. The rest of the box, empty. Their presentation looks good. Not overpackaged, which is awesome. So there's not a bunch of extra shit that you gotta throw away. Now for the headphones themselves. Feel durable. Clicking, locking, angles. And these are great for monitoring, one ear. So you can monitor yourself, hear yourself, monitor yourself, whatever. You can take one ear off, one on, vice versa, la da 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 da. Then you have angle locks. Extension. Doesn't pull apart there. Nope. Looks like it opens up about 1.5 inches. They don't feel too soft. They don't feel very mushy. They have a very nice inner pad right here on the inside. That's actually very soft and gentle too to the touch. The headband. Not a lot of padding inside of the actual headband itself. But they're not a very heavy unit, so I don't feel that that's going to be too decisive for uncomfort. Or as flexibility goes, looks like there's lots of different ways that they will bend and twist up and etc, etc, etc. Portable, store them like this. They'll fit into your carrying case then, like so. Throw your cords in your carrying case with it, like so. Take off. So with the MX40s, the difference with the MX30 and the MX40 model is you don't have a detachable cable with the MX30s, and the speakers actually are tuned a little bit different for a mid and a high, more of mids and highs actually. The MX40 is tuned supposedly flat, so it's even across all frequencies, and then the MX50 version has got a 45 millimeter neo diameter magnet that's inside of them for the driver, and they're a little bit more bassy and the highs roll off a little bit more on the MX50s. So the MX40s are supposed to be a nice pair and balance, and they're still going to be very punchy, and they're still going to hit very hard. The characteristics of these are 98 decibels for a frequency. The maximum input power is 1600 milliwatts. The frequency response is 15 to 24 kHz. The driver is again a 40 millimeter, and the impedance is a 35 ohm. And this is all the directions in which these open up. And they do have clicking locking positions. You can hear them. I can hear them click and lock. I don't know if you can actually hear them click and lock in the microphone. I'm sure you can now. And that's the locking position of the actual speakers. So they bend up like this, bend straight down. Both speakers will rotate around, and they also rotate 90 degrees to the back of you, so that as you're monitoring, you can have them one on your ear and then monitor one off. So just going through from what I could hear from my voice and the few tracks that I could hear, moving from gaming headsets into something like this is it's an immense night and day difference. It's not even in the same league as, you know, I've had Corsair headsets, I've had Razer headsets, I've had cheap headsets, I've had earbuds, I've had Beats by Dre, I've had all kinds of stuff like that, but never anything to where we start moving into professional studio monitoring quality and to where they're actually tuned for a different precision event. So my immediate reaction is like, wow, I'm actually blown away by how clear that my voice sounds by monitoring myself into the microphone and listening to it. The way that I'm going to be able to tune my audio tracks now, and I'm going to be able to actually separate my mids and lows and probably my highs. I bet you I had highs and mids cranked way up in there, and you know, it sounds different on different types of speakers and stuff like that, but with professionally tuned drivers like this that are within these headphones, hopefully you can get closer, or I can get closer actually, to more of a studio type quality tune or equalization that I could put onto my tracks. When I'm doing video editing and all that, that is going to be a huge thing for when you know, stuff is exploding and it's getting too loud, or it's starting to muddy out what I'm trying to say versus different reactions. I'll be actually able to probably equalize video a little bit better. So I think that in the end, they're lighter, they're more comfortable, they feel amazingly durable. You have the ability to, you know, turn one of these off and, you know, pull it behind your head or do whatever it is. So if you wanted to just have, you know, that single monitor, you could have that. And with the ability for these to have the swivels on the cups, that's where you could have it still attached to your head and still be, you know, on your ear. Then you could listen to yourself as you're talking. And as I'm talking right now, I have a real natural sound and a real good tone to my voice. I do sound a little bit more, you know, studio or radio quality, I guess you could say, in the headphones versus what you hear in, you know, real life for real world applications. So listening to myself as I'm monitoring myself, I definitely could tell that they have some tunage and some stuff going on. I do have preamps and some equalization that's done on my computer and stuff like that, and I'm bringing my highs and my mids and my lows up a little bit more. So these aren't actually tuned flat, but for the way that I have my EQ set up right now for these, and for the music that I was listening to and the types of stuff that I enjoy, you know, I listen to more of a music that slaps, so that it's got that real low end bass. And this isn't the case versus my older headphones. The Krakens is what I had, and those were just really muddy in the low end. They had lots of bass and they slapped. It sounded like you had two 12s in your ears slapping at each side, but that was it. It was real boomy and it wasn't exactly clear. And the minute that you step into this, you could hear when the bass is supposed to cut off, instead of it, you know, just carrying on and drowning out the next tone that is coming in behind it. And you could hear the clarity of everything. So I assume, man, gaming is going to be amazing with these. if audio from music sounds that good, I'm gonna have to go through some of my MP3 tracks that I have downloaded and up the quality and the bitrate quality of the audio tracks, because you could actually hear it and distinguish it. It's almost like if you're seeing fuzz on your screen and you're having a bad reception from like back in the day when you had antenna and you had to go over there and move your antennas to get a clear reception. That's almost like what this is. You can hear the difference. It is night and day. So for everybody that games on, you know, gaming headsets and all that, stop buying them. I'm going to tell you right now, first and foremost, going from that to this, it's a crazy jump to go to studio headphones for the same price, guys. The same price. These were $149 at Best Buy in Canada. So they're even cheaper in the States, right? Because you got to do conversion and all that. So for $149, these are cheaper than some Corsair headsets. These are cheaper than Logitech Pro headsets. And I've owned all those, guys. I have all that. You can see all the stuff that's in behind me. You can see everything that I have. That, like, I have boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff because I buy it, and after I'm done reviewing it or whatever, I'll sell it to the community. I'll give it away to my community. I'll sell it to somebody that lives around me, and or you know, I'll go and return it and exchange it for another product to do another review on. And I'm telling you right now, these are not going back. I just did a review right before these on the HS45s from Corsair, and the HS45s are clearer than the Krakens, but they're not nothing like this. In the end of the day, those are still gaming headsets. And then you got this cool cords that these come with, and detachable extensions and all the other different stuff that these have that just the gaming headsets don't. And you know, gaming headsets are marketed towards you, and they jack that inflation price up over a cheap little $5 or $10 microphone that you're still going to get the same damn quality out of if you would go to the dollar store and buy a microphone like that, versus using, you know, a microphone like this, or, you know, studio quality mics that, you know, that are XLR mics like the Shure SM78 or SM58 or something like that. Going back into what I'm saying, what you get for this, for the price, don't buy the 30s. I'll tell you that right now. What I listened to at the 30s in the store, because they had everything there, the 30, the 40, and the 50s sitting there. They didn't have the 70s on display. The 50s sounded like the bassy, they were just too muddy in the low end, and the highs were like rolling off. The 30s sounded like there was almost no bass into them at all, and the mids and the highs were maybe overpronounced. They were boosted within the headset, and these were just a flat, but you know, you could tell all the different spectrums of the frequency ranges, from, you know, your lows and your 50s to your 100, 150 hertz range, all the way up to your 10, 12, 14Ks, and you could hear everything that's in between it. There's actual distinct separation between the different ranges. So I definitely say, in my opinion, get the 40s. If you wanted more bass, or if you wanted something to slap a little bit, you can get the 50s, and then you could even tone that down with some equalization yourself if you got the MX50 version, and it wouldn't be as bassy or boomy, and you would get more clarity out of it. But you know, if you wanted it to slap, you could just keep them like they are, I guess. And these, I have more bass on them, and I've brought the high end up a little bit, and the mids are just actually flat. So my mids are flat on this, the highs are up. My 12, 14, and 16Ks are rolling off, and then my my 50, 73, and 100 hertz are all boosted 2, 3, and 4 decimals respectively. In the end, you know, they're comfortable. I think that it's a night and day dramatic increase from a gaming headset to go to this. And if anybody else is a professional, you know, recorder or anything else like that, you know, my first impression of this is, damn. So yeah, they're comfortable compared to even, you know, the Corsair headsets and stuff that I had on. Yeah, these don't feel bad at all, man. This is nice. I can't even really tell that I got something up there until you start moving around a little bit. But Audio-Technica ATH M40Xs. Bam. And this has helped you guys out at all. Click on the little buttons. Help me out. Like, follow, subscribe. I'm Lockouts. Peace. Bye.
Won't you do a favor for me? Take your mouse and click the button. Won't you subscribe to me? Lockouts providing the content that you see. I'm visually stimulating your mind, 1 minute at a time.